Hi guys, so after 7 months we are back to the DeLorean, and I'm happy to say that we have now got the lightning board thanks to Bernie Pottrell, so thank you very much for that one. I hope you all are keeping safe. Hopefully this virus does one soon. So let's move to the bench and see where we're at. So guys, quite a lot has happened since last we left off. If you notice here, we've actually got our EL wire installed. Now if you remember, originally this was going to be hooked up to a circuit board, so when this back panel flashes, this flashes with it. Unfortunately that hasn't happened, but Bernie's come up with 3 strips of double density cool white, and believe me, they are really bright, probably too much. It originally was going to have 4 strips, but that would have been way too overpowering. I mean, it's only going to have 2 over this display, but even that's probably going to be really bright. So yeah, I did test the circuit out. Everything's running fine, because what I'm using 12 volts on this, and it's about 2 amp, so it's plenty of current running through. Everything works in unison, which is good. We haven't blown any boards or anything, which is brilliant. But yeah, we've added in the fibre fill in the bottom of the card to hide all the wires, and it also diffuses some of that light as well, because I was a bit worried about that. I can't remember if we got Doc installed last time, but he's got installed. He's got his cotton wool hair going on, holding the cable, so that's looking pretty cool. I do need to do a little touch-up paint just on here, because I used just normal magnet wire. I didn't bother to paint it because I was in that much of a rush, so I need to go back in with a tiny brush and just paint some silver over that. But everything else is pretty good. But I know you want to check out the board, so we're going to do that in a sec. I'm going to move the camera, move a few things out of the way so we can actually see them in action. So we'll be right back with that. So guys, we're all set up now. Just a little disclaimer: if you do suffer from photosensitive epilepsy, don't watch this section. So the first switch activates all the lights, which are just, well, you can just see some flames. But if I activate the middle one now, hopefully the camera's picking out, because it will wash it out because they are super bright. But if I go ahead and use the sound bite, so the thunder on the soundboard is actually working really well with this. It's going to look more naturalistic.
Damn it, Doc, why did you have to tear up that letter?
Just try and move you away slightly, and then it might help it focus maybe a bit, but...
Hey, all the time I want, I got a time machine.
Yeah, double density, very bright.
Okay, 10 minutes on to do it.
This is just the back board that's going to be on the back. We have one short cable which is for the picture, and the other 2 will be over the display, but I mean that's really going to light up the display at night. I'm just hoping it's not going to be overpowering, because it might be. Anyway, that gives you an idea. I think next time we see this, it'll all be installed in the case. So we'll be right back, guys. Okay, so I've mocked it all together at the moment. I put the back board and I just want to see how bright this back panel is. So we start with the main power. I'll see if I can get you a bit closer as well. Yeah, that should be about good there. So we'll just try it. Oh, wow. That's really bright. Oh, yeah. You can just see how how bright this is actually going to be once it's all installed. Really happy with the back picture though. It's doing exactly what I want it to do. And in person, wait for it to flash again. Come on, flash. Never does it when you're watching it. Come on, flash. It's not having none of it at the moment, is it? Oh, there we go. Oh, there's no hot spots. So that's what I was really checking for. So that's cool. I don't need to do any diffusion with that, that's fine. It lights up just how I wanted it to do. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. Very bright. Just turn that off. But yeah, I'll just take you off the tripod, because it's been a while since you guys have actually seen this thing, apart from pictures. But yeah, we've got all the boards are working, which is good. And yeah, we're looking pretty good. All the interior lights are on. That's good. I'm going to have the plutonium chamber all lit up nicely. The only thing I do need to go in is add some fibre fill to these lamps, which I mustn't forget because I probably will forget. But yeah, we're looking pretty good. I'm really happy with that. Judging by the length of the wires, because I don't really want to splice in wires, I think I'm just going to lay them across the top, sort of this way on. I don't want to put any like strain on any of the cables or anything like that. So we'll be back as soon as I've got a bit further, guys, so we'll catch you in a bit. So I went ahead and I polished everything, and now I've just done the excuse me, the plastic coat, gloss coat. So I've made the floor, the road and the pathway all nice and shiny, and we've got some water little droplets on the car as well. So everything's looking cool. Added the fibre fill, just lit it a minute ago, and it looks really good. Really effective. I had to stop myself from rushing because I've got the roof section here, and I nearly attached this to the actual framework without installing the acrylic sheets. So yeah, I'm having to calm down a bit because I wanted to get it done. It's been about 7 months since the last update, so just trying to relax a bit as I'm doing it, which I'm going to have to let all this gas out first anyway, because I don't want to take the chance of it fogging up the acrylic, because that would be a bit of a disaster. So we'll probably come back tomorrow, guys, when this is all set up. Then the acrylic sheets will be going in, and what else, we'll screw this guy down onto here. No, actually before we do that, we need to attach the lightning strips on the underside. Probably going to need about 5 pairs of hands to do that, but yeah, we'll get that done. Screw it into position with the sides in. In fact, no, before we do screw it in, I need to make sure that when these strips are flashing, that because they might need diffusing slightly, which I could use some fibre fill and maybe a milk carton or something and chop it up and make some diffusion out of that. But that should look pretty cool. Once that's done, get it all attached and finalised on top, and then it'll be onto the roof sections. We're going to glue and screw, because that's how we roll in this shop. Once that's set, I can take the screws back out, and then it's over to the roof panels themselves, which need all trimming up. They'll get glued into position, and then over here by the window we've got all our eaves in primer. I probably won't paint them, I don't think. I might just leave them in primer and just give them a clear coat. And yeah, Bob's your uncle. So we'll be back tomorrow when we can start some more fun stuff, and then once it's all set up we can get it going again. I did try the roof. It is very dark once the roof's on as well, so it's going to be even better. I'm just a bit concerned because I use double density tape that it's going to look like a nuclear explosion going off. But then again, it might just add to the effect of it actually going back in time. So we'll see. So I will catch you tomorrow. See you later. Hi guys, it's now Saturday, and the road surface is all dried up now. Then what we're going to do is put our little side pieces in. And hopefully, because I bought these 7 months ago, that they're still going to be good, and they're not going to be covered in scratches, because that would be not very pleasant. So yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll take off the protective screen. Yeah. Have a look. Making sure that I've got gloves on for this, because I don't want fingerprints all over it. That looks alright. I do have my special cloth here as well. Just give it a wipe down before we put it in. Just once it's in, that's it. Right. I think, is it that way? Is it that way? It's been that long since. And then we have one in. It's looking better already. It's going to get to a point where when I put the roof on, because I'm going to need about 4 pairs of hands to do that, because I've got to try and hook up the LED tape inside and install all that. do, 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 do. This one might need a bit of a clean by the looks. Got a bit of a smudging going on. Hopefully it's just dust and it's not imperfections in the plastic. Yeah, it's wiping off, it's good. If I do that bit to the outside and then we can fully polish that afterwards. Just make sure the inside's clean. Watch out for that bush. Go. What's that tree? And that is the other side in. And make sure we get all that dust, because that's going to be a pain in the backside. Now I'll reposition the camera and we'll be right back. Okay, so I've given it a polish now and it's looking really nice. I think I've got all the major bits out. Of course you're never going to get it 100% clean, but as long as if there's no obvious bits that's stuck in there, it should be alright. Just trying to be a bit gentle with it because it's only 3mm thick. I don't want to put a crack in it. That's looking pretty nice now, I think. I think I'll leave it there. So now the next step is to get this roof put on. But first of all I need to attach all the LED tape to the ceiling. That's what I'm going to need about 3 pairs of hands to do that. So we'll be right back with that, guys, I think, because there might be a lot of swearing and cussing. See, catch you in a minute. So I'm just test fitting everything now. I've hot glued the strips in, so let's take a look. It's as dark as I can get at the moment. Oh, that's not so bad at all. Yeah. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm quite happy with that.
Damn it, Doc. Why did you have to tear up that letter? We only have more time. I got all the time I want.
I may go in and diffuse the top lights, maybe.
Okay, 10 minutes I'll do it. Alarm circuits
But
on.
I think the roof is pretty much ready to seal up now.
Clock's in. Engine running. Right. No. No. Come on.
Yeah, I'm liking that. Let's take it the tripod. That back is lighting up just perfectly. I was a bit worried yesterday when I was testing it because I thought the flashing might look more like a nuclear blast than lightning, but it's alright. I think it works. I think one more strip would have been too much. I think it's just enough. But yeah, you can see just the LEDs in the windscreen there, so I think I might put a bit of diffusion in. I like how it actually illuminates all the lightning as well. That looks pretty cool. And the light coming through the wheels, that looks pretty good as well. A bit of muck on the car and all just there. I need to clean that up before I seal it up, and all there's little bits of paint that have come off the roof as I put it into position, so I'm going to have to go ahead and clean it again. I can't wait to get this finished. Just in time there. So yeah, very, very happy with that. I need to change the time as well because that's wrong. Yeah, we'll be right back as soon as I've cleaned this guy up. So see you in a minute. So guys, what I've tried to do is I'm going to have a go with this, and basically all it is just white styrene that I've just temporarily hot glued it into position because I want to see if it's enough to hide the hot spots in the windshield. So I'll put the lid back down and we'll be right back and take a look at it. Hopefully this will take care of it. Yep, yeah, you can still see some hot spots. Which one is it though? Yeah, it's the one directly above. Not sure how I can combat that really. Could try maybe sanding the styrene, but then it's going to thin it out, so. Okay, so I'll have a rethink about that and we'll be right back. So what I've done guys is I've added some fibre fill. and that's taken care of here. You still do get a light strip, but the LEDs have been cut down a lot there. And to be honest, there's not much more I can really do about it, so I think that'll be okay. So yeah, let's move on. The next step to do is the roof. I need to install the panels, glue them, screw them, and then it's going to be a case of waiting around for ages for that to dry, and then I can take the screws out, then we can concentrate on the roof panels and then do all the eaves, and then after that job's done. So we'll be right back. So guys, I've got the roof now glued and screwed, so it's going to be a tomorrow job now. We're going to let that glue set up. I'll put some down the seam here as well. Once it's all set up, I can take all these screws out, sand it flush again, and then it'll be down to putting all the tile work on the top, all the eaves, sort out the clock, the panthers, and all that good stuff. Actually, before any of that, actually saying that, I need to go in with some Aves epoxy and just fill in all these little gaps and put the shapes back in and put the texture back in. And same deal with the underside, I need to fill all this in here and around the back too, get some of that filled in, get that gap there filled in and all. So yeah, we're looking pretty good at the moment, and the battery's about to die as well. But yeah, it's looking pretty good now. The light's actually on as well, so it still looks pretty effective even when lights are on.
Come on.
Yeah. The fibre fill's doing its job anyway. But yeah, very happy. So I think we'll be back tomorrow guys, and we will get this guy, hopefully fingers crossed, finished up. You'll be probably sick to death of listening to this soundbite by now as well. So I'll see you tomorrow guys. Take care. Right guys, so the glue now is set, which is fantastic. Originally I was going to take the screws out, but I'm going to actually leave them in for now, because I'm going to be using some Aves epoxy. So I'm going to mix up some of this, but I'm also going to mix in some sand with it as well, just to get some texture into it really. I could put the sand on top, but it might look a bit too sandy, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go around, fill all these gaps, put these shapes back in. Again, same with these little gaps here, they need to be filled, and the sides and the back. Once the Aves epoxy is set up, then I can remove the screws, because it'll have that extra support with the epoxy in there to hold the roof. Then I need to go around and just fill in these little gaps here and any sort of little cracks that have appeared, because I've been using Vallejo putty, but it doesn't really work that well on wood. But the Aves epoxy should sort all that out. Same all the way around. Now that it's bloody sealed up, I've noticed there's a few little specks on the inside, but there's nothing really I can do about that now. So hopefully they'll drop off in time. So yeah, once that's dried, then I can just go in and add the paint and all that good stuff. So we'll be right back as soon as I've started sculpting. Basically just using clay sculpting tools at the moment to do the job. Try to add in that straight line there where the two pieces of slabs of stone meet. Put that detail back in. So yeah, I'm just going to go and mix up some epoxy, and I'm going to crack on, and we'll be right back. So I decided to repaint the clock surround so it's more in keeping with what's in the film, and I didn't really have the colours to do this, so I had to basically just mix up a custom colour. I think it's got copper, pale gold, white and brown all mixed together, so it's got quite a nice look to it now. I put a flat coat on it, repainted the panthers, which probably won't even come out because they're dark, but they're looking really, really nice now. I've just clear coated them, so that's good to go. And I've also done all the Aves epoxy around all the edges and on the underside as well. So that's all good to go. And I think I'm going to wrap it here, guys, because this is going to take like 24 hours to proper set up, and I don't want to start painting it until then. So I will catch you in a bit. So guys, I went ahead and I painted the black with some white, basically just to put a thick layer on, just to try and cover as much of that as possible. And I've just gone over it now with the sand. Some areas are looking okay, but it's only the first coat. It's probably going to have about maybe 2 or 3 coats on it, because you can still see some little patchy areas here and there, especially around the back on the eaves up here. We'll need another coat on that, but so far it's looking really good. Almost there. Yeah, there's just little bits here that I need to just touch up, but apart from that everything's going good. So we'll be back tomorrow. I'll do another coat on this, and then we'll remove these screws, I think, and then all the tiles there, they need a trimming up, and then we'll get them epoxied into place as well. And then I'll have to leave that to set up, and then yeah, we're looking good. So we'll see you in a minute. So guys, we're getting really close now. We've got our slates in place, which is awesome. So these have been epoxied into place. I'm just going to leave them overnight to really like cure up. We're going to hide the crimes with this, and it also needs some more trimming done to it at the bottom. And if we move around here, same with this one here, it's more obvious with that one, that needs trimming down. But yeah, what I've done is I've got some styrene, coated it in sand. So we've got the bottom sections here, this thicker one here will be running the length up here to hide all this, and then them 2 little ones will be here. But I've been looking at this thing now. I'm going to have to do something about the back, because for some reason that is way out, and I don't know why, because I measured him up individually, so that shouldn't have happened. The other side actually doesn't look so bad. You could probably get away with that one. There's only a tiny little section showing there. But yeah, I'll cut up some more strips, I think, just for the back, just to neaten that up. And then it'll be over to the eaves to put on the top to hide the top section. The panthers are looking really good. Not that you can see them, but and the clock, liking the way that's turned out. So that's it now. So I'm going to wait until tomorrow now, let that cure over overnight. Probably get them guys glued into position on here, and then I'll better just trim off the excess. But yeah, it's looking pretty nice. I'm liking it, and everything's looking good. So I'll catch you tomorrow, guys. Okay guys, so all the trim pieces now are in position, and I've done the filler. I'm just waiting for the filler to dry, and then I can just do all the touch-up painting. But it's looking rather good. I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, I'm going to give that an hour or 2 to just really set up. Then I'll repaint, and then we can do the eaves. Once that's done, it's finished. So we'll catch you in a bit. Alright guys, now we've got the eaves on now. I've just got the Vallejo putty drying up. Once that's dried, we can go ahead and repaint. It's looking rather good now. All the little sections are in. The putty's just drying up. As soon as it's been repainted and clear coated, then it's on to the panthers and the clock, and that's it, we'll be done. So as soon as this is dry and we've got some paint down, we'll be right back. So guys, just for added authenticity, we had a little visitor fly over and decided to leave a deposit on the roof. So I'm gonna have to clean that off before it dries. But as you can see, we're busy painting, so we'll be right back, guys. I need to get rid of this. Okay guys, so we are actually done now. It's complete. The panthers, special thanks to Liam Dillon for them. They're epoxied into position. Sorry if I'm slurring my words a bit, I have had a bit to drink, I do apologise. But yeah, they are epoxied into position now. I had to do them slightly apart because obviously you need to have access to the clock to pull that out, change the battery and all that good stuff. But yeah, it is done. So in a second I'm going to turn off the lights, light this guy up, and we're going to go through the entire soundtrack. So it's up to you whether you fast forward that or not, but I'll try to keep it as interesting as possible. So we'll be right back in a second, guys. So again, if you have photosensitive epilepsy, look away now because I'm about to put the lighting on. But it looks really, really cool. Got the flux capacitor going there in the background. And the old Christmas tree. Really, really happy with that back screen. It's worked out really, really cool. And also the top section as well. So it's just like clear white styrene and fibre fill basically, but it's enough to cover up the hot spots on the car itself. But yes, very, very happy the way that it's turned out. So I'll mount the camera up and then we'll play the soundtrack. Thanks to Bernie Pottrell as well for the lighting effect, and Richard Corden who did the flux capacitor and soundboard. back on the tripod a minute. And then we'll activate the last sound bite.
Doc, why did you have to tear up that letter? I only had more time. I got all the time I want. I got a time machine. I can just go back early and warn him. Okay, 10 minutes I'll do it. Time circuit's on. Flux capacitor. Fluxing. Engine running. All right. No. Come on.
So guys, first of all, apologies for it being 2 years out of date for the Secret Santa build. So sorry, Kenny. And I'm sorry that it's taken like a year to actually get this guy finished. But yeah, it's all done now. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed the build series. So I will catch you soon. So guys, yeah, I'm sorry that it's taken like a year to complete this, but I hope you've enjoyed the build series. I'm really happy with it, and let's see what the next one is. So I'll catch you in a bit. See you later.
You know, Dave, if I recall, this time last year you told me this diorama was going to be finished. You let me down. You let me down to the ground. I told you I was going to break your legs. I was going to break them, put them back together again, and then break them again. But you finally pulled through, you know. I like what I see. You got the diorama all finished up. It looks good. Looks real good. You disappointed me a little bit. Just a little bit. But you did good. You did good. Real good.